Okay, we're all good. Okay, hello. So I was working on birds for a little bit of time. What I got set up was I've got a bird that flies from the bottom of the screen to the top of the screen. It is spawned here. So same thing as clouds and stuff, bird timer plus plus. When it reaches a certain amount, I have a random here. If it's a greater number than 6, I'm just kind of like pulling these numbers out of my butt, but basically 40%, that's not 40% because I use 0, but whatever. Close. It creates a bird, a seagull. That's really all that is. The bird itself has an image angle, timer, direction, this flat variable, which is now going to be true. I'm gonna change this. Step event is a timer every 2 seconds. It looks at, it changes direction, so it either goes 0, which is straight, it goes -1, which is to the left, or 1, which is to the right. And the odds of going straight are the best, the odds of going to the left are next, and then the odds of going to the right are the least likely things. So this flat thing, I think I'm just going to choose true or false here. Every 2 seconds it'll decide whether it's going to flap or not. I wanted it to, it looks better if it's not constantly flapping, but if it sometimes just, you know, soars. Well, that's what I'm trying to get going now. Choose true or false. It moves up minus x plus the direction, so it's either 0, -1, or 1 times 0.5. So it either moves, yeah, how that works. And if it gets above the top of the screen, it will destroy itself. Pretty simple. In the drill event, I use the shadow again. This time at 2525, it looked like that one might be the best. Animation end is when flapping occurs, and I'm just going to have it if flap, then image speed equals 1. Otherwise, image speed equals 0. So it has to complete a full flapping before it'll stop animating. I had it before. He would stop animating while his wings are closed, and that looked weird. So he's got to have his wings all the way out before the image speed will change. Alright, let's test that. See what it looks like. So there's a bird. He's just soaring right now. I haven't seen a single flap. Is this just variance? Every 2 seconds he should check whether he's going to flap or not. Okay. Yeah, no, that ain't right. What's going on there? I figured that would work. Flap equals true or false. And if it's true, oh, I see, the animation doesn't actually start, so it can't end if it's 0. Okay, so if it's true, oh, that's easy enough. I just throw it in here. Man, that's gonna break it though. Honestly, because if 2 seconds runs out and he's not flapping, this will make him flap. Wait, no. If he's flapping, this will just make it continue flapping. If it's 0, then it won't happen. Yeah, no, I think this will be fine. Right? If flap is false, if it's ever set to true, it'll flap until it gets set to false again. And when it gets set to false, it has to come in here before it's set back to 0. And flap has to be turned back off. This part is just completely unnecessary. So what we're going to do is not flap. Turn the speed off. That's how to do it. Make it a little cleaner. Alright, let's try that. There's a bird. Hey, he's flapping now. He's not ending on the correct frame though. Those aren't fully outstretched wings. Though it doesn't look too bad. I gotta figure out why that's happening. There's another bird. He's actually pretty far out in the water, considering that it's rare for him to go out there. Right, it's more likely he's go left, but it is possible they'll just constantly go right. Like that is a possibility. Okay, he went under the cloud, so that's good. He should be under the cloud. I think he's over the helicopter though, which might look weird considering the helicopter actually looks like it's higher than the birds, but if the helicopter's on the ground, I mean, I could just change the helicopter depth when it's on the ground, and that would probably fix this issue, because I really think the helicopter's higher than the birds, except for right now. That looks a lot better. Yeah, I like what these birds look like. Alright, cool. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna change the helicopter. That's something I probably should have done. I was just trying to get away with it, but it's not gonna work out, so. And the cool thing about that is I don't have to change the depth of the bird later on if the helicopter just has its own too. So let's make the helicopter be 8. Bird is 7. And then helicopter on the ground. It can just be 1 or 0. I don't see any reason it couldn't be 0. Let's just go with 1. Landed bird and landed helicopter are both at -1. That way they're just above all the ground stuff. That'll work. So we're gonna put bird to -7, which is in the spawner. Okay. And helicopter. It's landed right here, right? Yeah. -1. I should fix that. I really got no reason to test it. I'm 100% sure that'll work, but I'll go look at the helicopter real quick. Yeah, the ship could go over it, but it's not going to ever matter. that goes. So if a bird and a helicopter ever come across each other, helicopter's going over top of the bird. So that'll look weird if the shadow goes over the bird. I didn't think about that. Man, it's so rare that the shadow would go over the bird. This is a detail right here that most people would not care about, I think. But is there an easy fix for that? I can draw it at a depth, can I? No, I can't. That's one thing that's different. You can do everything but the depth. That's part of the object. So I would have to change the depth of the object as part of the draw, or make the shadow its own object. Honestly, there's no way to get around that. Because either the helicopter's shadow is going to be over the bird, or the bird's shadow is going to be over the helicopter. So I think this way is better. And it probably won't ever happen. We're going to pretend that that didn't exist. It's barely ever going to happen. And even if it did, no one would give a fuck. Okay. That's fine. Oh yeah, there's the picture. So let me look at this sprite real quick. Where are you? Sprites. So it's going to 1, right? It's not going to this one. I've almost reversed this entire animation, but I think that'll make it where his wings are completely spread. Alright, after this, I kind of started setting this bird follow thing up. I'm going to make it to where it's like a 10% chance, and then it's going to create this follow sequel with these parent IDs and stuff. And yeah, that sequel is just going to follow in a V formation for those sequels. It's actually hard to see when I'm not zoomed in. Yeah, okay, his wings are fully out now. Yeah, that's better. Look at that. It looks so good. Just a tiny little dot flying across the screen. It makes me happy. Alright. So let's get this thing working now. Alright, the problem is, I don't remember when I made these variables. It's probably for some enemy, and I'd like to know where it's used so that I can use it. I know parent ID is one that I use for finding an ID, but I don't know why I called these XPLX. Is it explosion? It might be an explosion thing. Why would I name it XPL? I didn't even make this explosions till... Oh no, here we go. Okay, it is explosion X, explosion Y. So I did do that very recently, and I just completely forgot it. So let's go to Jellyfish. I just want to see how this code is used, so I can see if I can use it or not. Depth. So it was literally, the explosion thing is just so that I can find the scale of the, yeah, that, okay, I totally remember doing this. I thought that these were like identifiers that I attached to the parent ID. I could use them like that. I feel like I want to, I mean, I could change the name of them, but I'm not going to. What I was getting at is, I was thinking about changing the name of them so that I know that they are kind of like this one's a parent ID. These are like variables to attach to the parent ID. Because I will need to set some of that, but this will be fine. I'll use this because there's no explosions on the overworld map, so it's not going to cause any issues. Good. So what I want now is equal follow this guy, and we add create event. So what this is going to do is go global parent ID sets to its ID, and then I'm going to say follow equals global parent ID now let's call it X offset. Yeah, is global okay, we got an X offset and a Y offset. And now we just got to set this to what it's supposed to be. So I use this as like, this is going to create the first seagull, and it's going to tell it where he is in formation. So for this guy, I really have no idea. I guess let's do 25. 25. I think we get 2 of these going, and then we'll figure it out from there. This one will be negative 25. Okay. So yeah, it'll make the first one, and it'll assign all this stuff to it. And actually, I don't even have to do that part again, because that doesn't change. Actually, the Y does change, but the parent ID never changed. Okay. I only had to do that one once. So yeah, sets this stuff up, creates the thing, which inherits it, and then it changes those variables and then creates the next thing, which inherits the next thing. That is how this is supposed to work. Okay. Now we just need to do some step event stuff. See, this thing needs to have like the full code that the other one was having. I really should have copied this, but okay. I can just do it this way. I don't think, is anything with the flight different? Like, the only part that's different is the way it follows. So step event, draw, and animation in. Few things change here. This changes. I got it. Timer, and that's all good. All right. So this is still true. No. We say if Right. So if followed does not exist, then it will destroy itself and exit the rest of this code. Otherwise, it'll cause problems. And I think that will work. All right. So we won't. Well, actually, we just want to say. Yeah, this thing doesn't even have to like fly normally. It just has to stay at its coordinate. So x equals how do I do this? It's follow x plus what's the other variable called again? X offset. Alright. Same thing for y. Alright. And that's really it. So this will make them follow in the place that I placed them, based on this. And he's got the flapping animation and everything just the same. Okay. Well, let's try it with both of those. See if that works. Oh, I should... Never mind. Let's not try it because it's only got a 10% chance of proccing right now. Let's make that near 100%. So it actually happens. And then we'll test the percentage later. So every bird should have 2 birds behind it. Mostly. Oh, that's not good because the at that position, yeah, the shadow's under him. So I guess be a little closer. The place that I put the shadow is really going to screw with this because I gotta make sure they don't ever overlap. I'm wondering if I should change to either the shadow where it's placed or if I should change, make the V like tighter. Let's do, we gotta change is this. So yeah, 25 doesn't work because the shadow I was using before is at 25, 25. So I want this to be probably at, I mean I could put it at 20 or 15. Let's do 15, fighter formation. It being at 25 is kind of odd. Well, it's odd because it's an odd number. But that's a problem because I can't like split the difference that well. I mean I could, I can just do 0.5. Yeah, true. 0.5 is a pretty good split. It does look pretty good. Alright, how many do I actually need to have a good V? Just like 2 more or 3 more? Well, let's just do 2 for now. So that was 15, we're going to do 30. 30 doesn't align with 25, so that should be fine. This is actually really easy to add more. Oh, let's do 1 more, seeing as we're in here, and that was pretty easy. 45, 45. Okay. See a full formation of them. Is that too many? Look, there's a 10%er. I know seagulls don't fly in formation, right? I'm pretty sure. It's only like ducks and swans that do that, but it's vague enough that we don't actually know what type of bird it is. It's just a white bird. Could be a duck or swan. So I'm not too worried about that. I think that's fine. We'll do that. I just don't like the way it overlaps. I kind of want to do something different with that. And the way to do that is to either tighten this, which will get more complicated, like 10 and 15, 10 and 15, so this is 20 and 30, 20 and 30. What is that? That's 22.5? I think it'll look better if it's not at like the same thing that the shadow is. Being like a perfect diagonal. Oh, it's weird, okay. It needs to stay consistent to be a V. Oh. What did I do wrong here? Oh, okay, right, 10, but it has to be like a, whatever 10 is a percentage of 15? Which is 0.66. So I'd have to do 0.66 continuous times 30? Which equals 20. Oh, I got the same thing. Is it just this one that's wrong then? Let's go. Oh yeah, this would be 30. I think that does look better. Just because it's offset from what the shadows are. It's actually gone like right in between them, which is really nice. I think the only thing to improve this is to make them not follow exactly one-to-one. So they try and get to flying in a V. Like there's no, they don't get out of formation ever, which doesn't look super, I mean, I don't know. It would be very complicated to set that up too, I think. At least to do it to where it looks natural. Oh, I could, actually, let me try this. Might be able to make it look natural. I just need to do sway. Sway equals random range negative We go as far as 1, maybe just negative 0.1 to 0.1. I don't know how far random range actually goes in decimals. I think it might only go to 1 decimal place, and I kind of want like more than that, but oh, whatever. Let's just go test it. See if they sway a little bit. This way they'll get kind of dragged off, and then it'll keep correcting back every 2 seconds to try and stay in formation. And if it's there, it's almost completely unnoticeable. If we increase that a bit. Maybe too much, but I want to see it actually work first. Then bring it back down. Okay, they do move over sometimes, but I was really expecting them to kind of get off course for a bit. Instead, they just seem to shift by 0.5. Yeah, I guess that's all that is it's just... Oh, if it was plus equals, that would work. Hey, what would happen if I did that? Oh no, that would be crazy because, yeah, no, that's no good. That's adding X. They just fly off. Yeah, that's not the way to do it. Oh, I guess I could do it like this though. Instead of doing it that way, just disconnect that. So they're staying where they're supposed to be, but then they sway off afterwards. Yeah, okay. And do I even do that to the Y? No, I just do it to the X, so that was wrong anyway. Now this is going to be way too extreme. Compared to before. No, it isn't, because it keeps getting reset back. Right? Because this is X equals. So what I need is sway to be a number that grows. Alright, the swaying is just not necessary. It's a lot of work. I think I could get it working, but why? I'd need a number that kind of like gravity or drag that grows so that he slowly gets more and more off course before recorrecting. If I want him to do that, and that's just too much. Alright, let's set this back to 9. Did I do 1 to 10? Technically this is 11 numbers. And that just seems like a bad habit. Where was the other thing I did that? I did it in the creation thing. I just want to not make a habit of doing that. I don't know why I'm doing 0 to 10. 1 to 10. So now I can definitely say it's a 60% chance. It's only a 10% chance that we'll get the V. It'll just be solo birds most of the time. So these birds can spawn anywhere from like somewhere around here, 1600 pixels, all the way to 0. They can spawn all the way on the left. And then they just fly north. Their code keeps them more to the left. Yeah, it's weird that there's a wall here. I need to draw that more precise collision mask for this. Honestly, I wonder, can I use this without breaking anything? Technically I do have a collision mask and it's this. Is that correct though? I think so. Like everything that's on this is something that you shouldn't be able to collide with. As long as I have a wall around the outside. Let's try this. I don't know if this precise collision thing will also cause issues, because this is a very big picture to try and do a precise collision mask over, but it seems to do it just fine. I don't know if you can get stuck in areas too if I do this. I'm gonna try it and then test it really hard. Yes, okay. So what I need to do is go find this and make it a wall. Where's my wall at? It's scaffolding. Make sure there's nothing weird with that. The wall does have a depth thing. It's weird. Well, I guess I'm creating everything at 0, so yeah, never mind. I guess it makes sense that it would set it down, but it doesn't really matter anymore. Let's get rid of this. It's unnecessary code. It only mattered for testing. Alright, well, that should make the world itself a collision. Man, I hate getting rid of all these walls I made though, because if this doesn't work, I'll have to rebuild it again. Well, no, if it doesn't work, I'm not even going to go with this method, so yeah, it's fine. Delete these walls. I think these 4 right here are actually the boundaries, so let's not delete those, except for the one that's there. Delete that one. That one stays. That one stays. That one stays. All of these. And go. Maybe I can be more specific with this stuff now. Yeah, see it like leaves off some small areas. But I might do something different for this anyway, so it doesn't matter. And the boat can't get into a lot of these areas as well. Alright, let's see how that works as a wall. I just pressed 3. It's a black screen, but the textures are still loading. Press 3 too soon. Well, I got the next 2 days off, so I'll be working on this a lot. I don't know how much I can get done in 2 days, but hopefully most of it. We could get to... It'd be nice to get to the alien. That's right, it's looking for... I don't know. Alright, let's test this. Seems to work. Oh, you can't slide anymore though. Unless it's flat. But you can get stuck in like little pixel corners. And that might not feel as good. Compared to before, it was always a flat that you're running into. As long as it goes down, it's fine. But if it tries to go up, there's no like slope code for it. I do have a slope code that I could throw in, but is it worth it for this? I do like how precise it is now that I can actually squeeze in these little areas a little more. I haven't gotten stuck yet or anything. And you can slide on the spots that kind of matter, which would be like there, anywhere the player might actually hit, like consistently. Getting stuck in this little cove's a little annoying. I didn't give this thing any shadow. Did I give any of the drawing shadows? Yeah, I did over here. I think I forgot. Well, this doesn't have any shadow on it. I guess I didn't do any. I wonder if I should have done that. It does look kind of weird. I must have just forgot. That or I was like going for a SimCity look. And I don't think they have shadows on the buildings. Maybe. So maybe that was my reason for ignoring it. Because usually I do shadows on everything. Oh yeah, can you get through here? Oh, looks like you can't. It's kind of weird being above this right here, but whatever. Oh, weird. I can't actually go up anymore here. Why is that? Like, my hitbox is not that big. I think it just goes to the roof of the boat. And the wall is definitely way up there. So why can't I go any higher north than this? What about over here? That one I can go pretty far over. I think that's good enough over that way. The bottom's pretty good too, but the top seems to be a bit too far. I think I had some like old code to keep me from going off the screen. Maybe that's what's causing it. Let me look at that real quick. Also, I think that precise collision mask was good. Okay, so we want ship code, which is here. No, overworld ship. Where is that? It's in player. Player. Here. Yeah, if y is greater than 100. I think I can completely get rid of this because, well, I don't have to get rid of it. I just need to set it to the full value. Let's do that. That way, just in case you can get through the walls that are blocking you, this is another layer of safety net so you can't go off the screen on accident. I think it's smart to just keep it in here to some degree. Okay. All right, that's a lot better. Yeah, much better. Alright, so we're not done with the bird yet. We're getting there though. So we can get rid of that bird follow. We want to find bird idle. So, honestly, this won't be hard. Because all I got to do is turn this into that. So, yeah, all this is... Right, this thing changes its depth? No, it doesn't. Oh, I can change the depth here. Yeah, okay, never mind. This will be fine. So if I do just a step event, if distance to object, what's the player ship called? Oh shit. Less than 200. Alright, instance create depth. Oh yeah, oh never mind. Yeah, no, I set up the depth there. I don't even have to change the depth. What was I thinking? Alright, this is easy. X, Y, not depth. It's gonna be whatever a flying bird is. -8. I'm doing this all wrong. And actually, I'm thinking about it. This isn't correct. Because I want it to fly up, kind of like the helicopter does. So it's kind of correct, but I need the fly up part before I do this. So let's copy that, paste it down here. Because I will use that eventually, but not yet. Right, so what I actually need, same thing, we just need to change its sprite. To this one. Fly. And then I'm going to need a variable here. Oh yeah, and image angle needs to change. Takeoff equals true. It means we need to create takeoff. Uh, I don't remember if I did plus plus or what here. I want it to take off kind of like the helicopter. I did shadow distance. Oh, I did distance to point. That's a weird way to do it. I don't know. We'll just have to fiddle with numbers until we find something that looks good then. So take off, it's going to increase the size of the shadow. And here, the shadow, it'll start at 0 and then grow. There we go. And then I just do if shadow is greater than or equal to 25, which is what it's supposed to be, then you run this code. So that'll have it have a takeoff animation. It's also got to start moving, so not X, Y, minus. What did I use for the flight speed of the birds? Just minus. Okay. So it'll start moving when takeoff happens. Bracket this. The shadow will start increasing, and once the shadow gets to where it's supposed to be, it will do this stuff and delete this object, creating our basic flying bird. And this only happens if the ship ever gets close to it. Alright, let's test that out. So what I need to do now is spawn these at various points using the spawner on random chances. How best to do that? I don't know, but for testing, I'm just going to drop a couple in. So, oh yeah, I never used this clouds thing. We can delete it. Oh yeah, this is just so I can see the background. So visual aid. Oh, okay, I can't use the space. There we go. And if I put it on a beach, you'll barely even be able to see it. I might just put it at random points where it collides with the land. I don't know. Let's throw a couple birds down and see what happens. Some of them might take off immediately because we're too close to them. can very barely see them flapping. I think I need to definitely do something where they're not flapping constantly as well. I mean, the idea is they're going to be really hard to see until they take off, then they become more obvious. So here we go. Well, that worked. Maybe I just set them down in a pack. I can even put them on the water, which will be the easiest place to see them, because they are like seagulls, ducks, or whatever, swans. So I could technically just say they can go anywhere. I guess the places I wouldn't want them to go would be like on the helicopter. If they're in the middle of the road and a car hits them, that's kind of odd. It's also sort of funny. No, no. The best way to do this. My original idea is just to put them on beaches as a little thing that's just sitting there. And it's just a fun little thing you can interact with that adds a little something, but they're really hard to see on beaches. Oh, what I could do though is make them different colors. But I can't, because when I export it, or I mean when they change your image, yeah, they won't bring the new color over. Unless it's too much. Is it though? I could easily be like, where's my bird? Yeah, I could easily just say, nah, it's too much. So I need to do with this thing the same thing I did with this guy and flying. I think it would look better if it only flaps once though. This one will only flap one time and then turn back off. The flap thing is not even necessary. I can just say if random range that is greater than 7, image speed equals 1. If it's 1, then after it ends, it'll turn back off. Oh, animating. Oh yeah, which that doesn't happen when he starts flying. Oh, when he starts flying, he's definitely got to be flapping, so... Okay. Alright, if takeoff, image speed set to 1 and it actually flaps its wings. Otherwise, it's going to flap its wings once every 2 seconds as long as we hit this 70%. So very rarely is it going to actually move when it's on the ground. Pretty complicated for bird. But they're going to be even less noticeable now. Yeah, they don't even move most of the time. There's one. Yeah, look, he flapped his wings. You look at that and go, what is that? And then you get close to it and it flies off and turns into a formation of birds. Uh-huh. That's right. That can happen. That can happen because it's turning... It's creating this event, which sometimes has like 10% chance. I want that to happen. I'm honestly tempted to just make a new bird. Did the screen not change over? Did not. Odd. If I make a new bird, I can like do an image blend thing, which would be fun. Or I could just make this into a normal bird. Alright, let's just do that. Why create a new one when this one's doing what we want anyway? We just need to do the code we had before. Or just have it always flat. No soaring after this point. No, I've got everything I need for this anyway, might as well do it. Do that. That's why this is in the wrong spot. take off, the shadow is less than 25, it goes up, otherwise it equals 25. Move up. Alright, so this might be completely unnecessary now. I'm going to turn this into a normal bird. Basically, takeoff just turns it into a normal bird. It's just not going to have the same flapping without adding the flap. I could add the flap. Maybe. Yeah, if I do... No. Honestly, I think I need the image speed to just always be 1. It's just always going to fly, these birds. I think that might be fine. Right, so if it takes off, has the whole shadow thing, moves up, it's got the whole chooses direction thing from here, and then once it goes up far enough, it destroys itself. And now I can do... Did I ever use flap? I think I got rid of flap on this guy. Yeah. Alright, image blend equals. What color are birds? Do we have a brown? Is there a brown in... Guess not. There's something like brown though. Well, these are all the colors. We can have dark gray. 4. What else? Oh look, they have both spellings of gray now. That's new. But they've only got the normal spelling of normal gray. Oh no, there's the other one. Man, I don't think they had to do that. Like, it's fine. You can just like pick one of the grays. I don't think anybody cares. It's more messy that they've added that, to be fair. I guess enough people cried about it. I think that's silly. Now we can do green. I might as well do a normal gray. Right, gray. Honestly, I thought I would use the gray with an E. Maybe it's because I've been using this program that I started using gray with a A. I honestly don't know what type of gray that I prefer. Both of them are gray to me. To be honest, I have no idea. I think we can do olive. Alright, so image blend will be one of these. Because it's a white object, it turns into all these colors just fine. You know what, let's throw a pink in there. There's flamingos. I just like seeing the occasional pink one. What colors did we get? Looks like I can't even see this guy anymore. That one looks black. There's a... Honestly, it looks yellow. Did I do a yellow? That's olive. Oh, black doesn't look great. Just because the shadow's black, they just look like shadows. Probably shouldn't use black. Dark gray might be too much too. Oh. I got a crash. So direction not set before reading it. Do I not have it on here? Yeah, I don't. That's why it crashed. Fixed. That shows how sometimes it can work. It worked before, and sometimes it crashes. And the other things that might sneak their way into the game. Alright, this guy's too dark. He must be dark gray. Let's cut that one. I don't like the dark colors. Makes them even harder to see. There's a pink one. Is it? It kind of looks... I mean, fuchsia is kind of like a bright pink though, isn't it? Yeah, I can just do this. There's green. Oh, that's pink. Yeah, he's bright pink. Well, that's kind of nice. Alright, the real question now is how do I get them in areas that make sense? And to spawn in random areas that Okay, I have one idea. So world map spawner. Well, I was thinking I'll check underneath where I'll spawn them in random spots, and then I'll check underneath them, and if they're colliding with the ground, then they're more likely to stay than if they're in the water. I could even make it to where they can't spawn in water, which is probably better. Okay, let's do full random first. -1. I'm still calling them seagulls. No, they're not. Maybe I should have changed the name to not be seagull. Whatever. It's just... It doesn't matter. Alright, so instead of 0, 0, we want just random range 0 to width. That's going to put a bunch of them out in the water. I already know I'm going to end up changing that. I kind of want to do... This is a perfect place to do like a for loop or something. I don't ever do them unless I pulled a code or something from some other place. I know that they can be dangerous if you do it incorrectly, but I can do something like bird num equals 30. Oh, greater than 0. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I think it's 4. I might be using the wrong one too. Oh, don't do that. Like that. So if bird num is greater than 0, it's not. I'm not supposed to use 4. It runs the code and then it subtracts bird num. Right, and the idea is it'll make 30 of them before it gets to 0, and then it stops working. It's repeat, not 4. Repeat's what I meant to do. Yeah, if bird num is greater than 0, repeat this. So it's going to create a bird at this random spot, and it's going to lower the number until 30 of them are created. Right? I think that's how that'll work. Let's test it. There should be 30 birds on the screen. Oh, there's 2. I don't see any in the water. That's 3, 4. It'll be hard to see. It's like spot the little birds. I'm amazed there's not more out in the water. Oh, those ones that were spawned were the ones that I created. Duh. So where are the ones that were created by the code? Are they out here? I don't think it worked, because I don't see any of them. And that can't be right. Not unless they all spawned in like a corner. So that is a possibility. GameMaker does some weird stuff when it comes to like random values. Sometimes it'll always pick the same random value. Okay, that one is one I did not place, right? Yeah, I don't think repeat's doing what I think it's supposed to do. We're definitely not getting any other birds. That's a shame. I really thought that's how that would work. Maybe repeat only works in a step event or something, I don't know. Is it repeat if? I don't know what if really. I really need to read these again. Like if, repeat, all these extra statements. Oh wait, I know what if is. What the hell's wrong with me? I was thinking like repeat if, but actually I don't know if that works. I mean, obviously it doesn't. It's giving me an error. So no, let's look at like, let's look at repeat. Keyword help. There we go. Alright, yeah, so this is a loop. Oh, Is it really that easy? I really thought it had to be like a variable, but apparently I can just do repeat 30. So it'll repeat it 30 times. God, if that works, I really need to use this more often because that's so handy. See any birds? Yeah, there's one right there. He's in the water. Right here. Oh, there's one too. Ah! Well, I don't want them being in the water, but it is working. And there should be 30 of them on the screen. In various places. Look, there's one on this little island. Ah. Yeah, I just need to make it to where they only spawn on land, probably, because it's kind of weird that they're out here just chilling. As long, I mean, it's cool if they spawn on something like this too, or on here. I wouldn't really mind it. I think the weird places to spawn would be like on the side of a lighthouse. That would be weird. On the helicopter pad would be weird. And in the middle of the road would be weird. Anywhere else it would be fine if they spawn there. But I have no way of like detecting if they're on any of that stuff without like really going in with XY stuff. So let's just get them on the land to start with. So what I need to do instead is be like, I'm gonna have to create something. Find x equals this isn't gonna work. Nah, I think it'd be better. I mean, it kind of works too. I was thinking that I was gonna make it to where sometimes there are birds that spawn and sometimes there aren't. Like every time you come on the stage, there'll be a different amount of birds. And yeah, the best way to do that is just to say in the creation event of this, if collision point x, y, UG world map land. I never remember what prereq is. Let's look it up again. Boolean whether to check, or whether the check is based on precise collisions, true, which is slower, or its bounding box in general. I guess we do false. So I think false is probably better most of the time. False and false. Or wait, not me is true. Alright. Not me. Whether calling the instance, if relevant, should be excluded. If the calling instance. It doesn't matter which one this is, but we'll do false. If collision point that. Okay, if I do not collision point. What I press? 12. Alright, so this is supposed to be if, basically, if there's no world map land underneath it when it's created, it will destroy itself and exit the script before doing anything else. Because nothing else matters at this point. It's in the water. I think that'll work. So this will make 30 birds, but only ones that are on land masses get to stay. And then the rest are just kind of random. So I could have 30 go out in the water, and we'll never even see any birds, or 30 could be right next to us. So that one was in the water. Did I put that one in the water? I think I did. That one doesn't count. Where's some other birds at? Oh, that one's in the water too. Maybe the precise collision thing was important. No, that one's in the water. Okay. That didn't work the way I thought. Yeah, even if I put it on the water, it should still delete itself. I shouldn't see any of them in the water if this is working. And there's one right there. He's right there, little bastard. Yeah, okay, still not working. Well, I can try to place meeting. I think collision points should have worked though. I know this one works with not place meeting. I've used it before. Nothing in the water. Maybe see some birds on land. Oh, there's one. Ooh. There's one too. Aha! Okay, I kind of like that. They can be on the oil rig. One there. Just kind of cool that you're moving around and scaring off birds every now and then. Every time you come into the scene. think that's fine. And I think 30 is enough, because 30 could technically be on land, even though it just means that you can only get one or two most of the time. I like this. This is cool. I should use repeat more often. At least for something simple like this. Just repeat 30 and it just repeats it 30 times. I'm sure there's a few times when that'll be useful. Cool little thing. Actually, I'm pretty sure I have that written down in my useful coding tools notepad, and I just haven't looked at it in a long time. So, not really reminded me anything. Oh, it's not in here. Okay, cool. I'd feel bad if it was in here and I just never use it. Alright. I think that's good. Happy with that. We got some colorful birds now. I wanted to change this to just be bird. All I gotta do is change this. Otherwise it bugged me, because I'm weird. Alright, I think we're all good with this. Let's close all that. What's next? I think that was everything for the world map. Oh, there's still the alien. We haven't done him. Did I do the alien? I don't really have him coded up yet, and it's one of the things I want to do last. Like everything that has to do with the alien. Because his will be more complicated than most stuff. Though I do have some of it already in. I'm going to ignore the alien for now. I'll do it when I do all the other alien stuff. It makes more sense that way. Alright, so now we're going back to these enemies, I think. Skip the alien, but we need to go into... Let's start with the jellyfish. I think the jellyfish is all good. I have it with the new thing. I have changed the surface to be 270 here. That's weird. I think 270 is where I just wanted his head to come out of the water, so I don't know if that'll be that same thing for the... I think it's supposed to be around like 250. 265. I don't know, it's got different values for each thing. If I went to actually find the water surface thing though, this one's 245. And that should be 5 above or below. I think that's 5 above. Yeah. So 250 is what I've actually got the water surface at. 270 is just what gets his head up out of the water. Alright, so 250 is kind of what we're aiming for surface. So I'm going to change this because I think that's more accurate. Alright. So everything here is good. It's the chance of loot is only 1/5. I guess it's fine. It seems kind of low right now, but whatever. I'm not going to worry about speed yet. We'll do all that at once. We just need to get all these guys working and animating correctly. That's the main priority. But yeah, I think jellyfish is all done. I need to look at all these guys. The anglerfish, I did everything. Room height minus 50 is not right. No, wait, that's bottom. That is right. How much of this did I do? Man, I have such a bad memory. I've got them activating. Okay, so to test these guys, I want to go open the shallow spawner and then throw it in here. So I was working on turtle last, and I know it's messed up, but let's look at the anglerfish again because I've already forgotten what I've done. And I want to see how complete it is just by testing it. I think the big problem with the anglerfish, though, is he doesn't even work in this room because he's supposed to be a deep water fish. It spawns like really deep. So I actually probably should use one of the deep sea ones for testing. I wonder if I should just set up stages first. That, or I could just set up a test room specifically for testing things. Well, the first one should be at the right spot. Let's just test it now. Fuck it. They're an anglerfish. Doesn't look like it. I think even if I spawn him, he'll find his own spawn location. So this won't work. But this will work. There's an anglerfish. So he activates and chases us. And if I get too far away, he should deactivate. Go back to normal. Kind of hard to test. It looks like he's always active though. I don't think it's working. How far are you? Oh no, he turned off. But he definitely starts turned on, doesn't he? Yeah, he's turned on right now, so. Yeah. So that's not going correct yet. Alright, if y is greater than 1900, distance to player is less than 200, attack, and switch to active. Nothing here switches to inactive. So this turns attack on. Once attack's on, if y is ever too high, state equals move, speed, and it turns to inactive. I wonder why it activates immediately then. Because the only thing swapping its sprite is this code, right? And that should only happen if y is greater than 19. If HP is less than HP max, it turns on. Would be 10. Oh, I think I know why. It's because this is supposed to be bracketed too, I think. And that's why. That should fix it. Alright, we'll need an explosion here, but other than that, this guy's almost done. Here, where's Jellyfish at? Oh yeah, I threw the scale on it too. Might want to do all that too. Go full size to start with, but I think it does. I do want it to be divided by something. That's supposed to go in the creation event as well. I remember one of these is one I get rid of. Throw that in there, direction times scale. This part's unnecessary. Oh wait, it's not a necessary here. Because I want them to start at scale at least. That way this works. So this is necessary. I just don't need the choose part. Alright, that should be all that. Anything I'm forgetting? Oh yeah, I need to do the flashing effect before I go any further too. Alright, let's see if everything works so far. So what I'm looking for is different sizes on them, making sure they activate and inactivate correctly. They gotta have an explosion when they die, and it's gotta be the right size, and really it. Alright, they're inactive now. Active. Active. Oh, I'm dead. So I want to get them to turn off. And to do that, I activate them and then bring them to a certain height, and there you go. You don't go above that height unless you damage them, right? But they have to be active and damaged, and then I think they'll follow you anywhere. Or maybe it's just the oil ones are like that. No, they turn off every time. The oil ones follow you anywhere, I think. Alright, let's kill one. It does activate him to shoot him though. I think that's too big. Let's do like half size. Should have did the flash real quick too. It shouldn't be hard to do the flash. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Nope. Crap. I really need to code in like a god mode. That's too small. I think it's the exact same as the other guy. I can't press one here. Crap. Oh, we got out of the stage. There we go. Alright, yeah, it's too small. That should be good. Let's do flashing. Alright, to do flashing, we gotta do shader stuff. So usually I use a flash variable, so if flash, and then I just do something to turn on flash. Is there a better way to do that now that I'm thinking about it? I mean, when he gets shot is when flash gets turned on. I guess we'll just say if flash. Look at me. I'm doing it. I think that's it. And now I gotta do, if you get hit by a bullet, flash equals true, and creation, flash equals false, and then in step, honestly, I think what I'm supposed to do is not if flash, but if flash is greater than 0, and then I just do step flash minus minus, and then here instead of true, flash equals how long I want it to flash for. So let's do 30. That's going to be way too much, but I want to start big and go down, and it equals 0. I think that's how it's supposed to be. So flash is getting subtracted most of the time. If this is going to be the same for every creature, so I'm going to quickly run through every creature and put this on them all, so that every time you shoot them, they flash. And I just got to get it working for this. I should have started with the jellyfish, because it would have been a lot easier to test on it. So the jellyfish doesn't have any HP, so never mind. It needs to be something that's got a lot of HP. So maybe this is best. This can't get hurt while I try and test this. Ooh, that was close. Flashing, but they're just staying color. Yeah, it's gotta be... They've got to flash short enough that the next shot comes in. So I think it's got to be way lower. Something like 5 maybe. Only 5 frames of flashing. Let's test that. I think 5 is what I use in Gozzard. They just briefly flash. If it's 1 frame, it'll be way too short, I think. That's why I can't just do true false. Stupid octopus. There we go. Oh, that looks better. I was getting lucky and had stages that actually had, oh, there we go. A lot of them. Yeah, that looks good. I think the orange is too bright compared to their orange. It's okay. It's easy enough to change the color of the flash, too. Tempted to try a smaller number, but that was looking pretty good. Alright, let's quickly do this. Close all but this. Jellyfish. Alright, what do we need to add? Honestly, I should just open them all up. Alien, anglerfish, crab. Do I want the crab's loot to flash as well? I don't think so. Octopus, oilfish, salmon, shark, stingray, turtle. Honestly, I think I can apply this to a parent enemy. No, I can't. No, the draw event would screw that up. Alright, so in the creation event, I need to add this flash equals 0. Doesn't matter where it goes, so I'm gonna throw it here under surface. Man, how much of the alien did I code? Do the scale thing while I'm doing this for all of them that matters. Alright, back to the top. And then step event, we just add flash minus minus. There. If I have to change this in the future, I'll have to go through every one. Just the parent bullets though. It's not going to be that hard. Alright. The draw fence is going to be the most aggravating of these, but I think they've all got the same kind of draw event too. Let's see. Yeah, this one is. Good if it's like that, but oh, this one's good. Nice. Oh, here we go. Here's a different one. Oh yeah, I was tracking the thing. I don't need to do that anymore. These have all been pretty simple. I mean, it's simple because I'm doing this before I do the other work, which is great. I'm glad I'm doing this now instead of later. This is probably something I should always set up, because I think any game that you shoot an enemy, you're going to want them to have some sort of feedback. Probably flashing, because that's the easiest thing to do. Alright. Back up. Bullet. 5. This guy won't ever flash, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway, because I've already done it. Who knows, maybe I'll give the jellyfish more hit points in the future. It'll be set up. I'm gonna play some old retro games. I haven't having a craving for it. Oh, this one might be different. The turtle. This is my last one. Because turtles, they can be shot at even when they're technically like passive. So this would cause them to flash even if I don't want it to. I'm gonna have to like redo this. I'm gonna get to the turtle soon. I might just put this off for a bit. There we go, comments. Smart thing to do. I don't think that'll work, but now I know about it. Alright, back to the anglerfish. Close all but this. Now I'm gonna open this thing. This is basically the same thing. Let's see what the differences are. Scale that. Oh, that looks good. Change this to be sprites, creature, inactive, step event, step event. Honestly, the angular and the oil have almost the same behavior. So I just need to make sure I identify what changes and not miss it. That's the same speed direction. Alright, this is different. Distance to object, that, or HP is less than HP max. I need to throw brackets. I should probably bracket from now on. Just everything in general. When it comes after an if statement. It's not necessary, but if I want to add something to the end, I always forget that it needs brackets. This makes me think that I should do it anyways. Is there a difference between these two? There's something different here. What is it? If Y, oh, this one cuts off if it gets too high. This one doesn't care. That's right. That's really, I think the only difference between the two creatures is. Back. This part. Down. Move towards player. HP equals dead. Ah, I know something, just looking at it, that is wrong here. Yeah, this one never stops attacking. Okay, the thing that's wrong is when you kill it, it does not set back to inactive. And I think that was working before because it wasn't technically an attack or something. Or maybe because this was true and it was turning it back off. But I should probably do that. Okay, so attack here. But this guy on the bottom does not have that. So that won't matter. So I just need to add it in here. Explosion. Paste. Yeah, this is the place to put that way it turns it back off after you kill it. Put that there as a redundancy. Alright, and I think that's it. This one will work now. I'm thinking about this. Instead of like 0.8 to 1.2, let's do 1 to like 1.5. I want these ones to be bigger. Just so that they look a little different from the other ones. That should be good. Alright, anglerfishes are done. Back to the crab. So the crab was all good. Alright, I don't think there's anything wrong with the crab. Now that the flash is on it. The scale was set up. It doesn't like go above the surface of the water, and that's the only other thing. So I think the crab is just fine as is now. Yeah, and I got rid of the extra little bit from here. I think crab's just good. Don't need to do anything to it. Jellyfish. So it's got the flash now. It should be done. Octopus. Alright, this one kind of based off the jellyfish. It's like the advanced version of it. Let's see. We're breezing through these now. I really hate that this is here. So I'm just going to fix that now. Let's say this part doesn't matter on this guy. I'm going to make him change direction based on movement. I think there'll be a lot of differences here. The big one though, I wonder if he already changes direction based on movement. Doesn't look like it. State equals standby. So if player is less than, oh yeah, if you're not too close to the bottom, state goes to move. I think the problem, there's a problem with this. 100's not enough. It's possible to come in and then go to standby and its head be showing. I think I've seen the jellyfish do that too. I'm going to look at both of these guys. These are... Alright, yeah, let's go to crab and close it. That one's done. These two, I'm going to test them a bit. Make sure they're not getting stuck with their heads poking out. Alright, so this is where the surface should be. I have no idea what the octopus should even be at. Let's just start with 250 and adjust from there. do true. Okay, room height. Alright, here's another room height thing. If y is greater than room height plus 50, so that's on the bottom of the screen. Okay, so I'm figuring out where the player is, moving it based on that. Y is not equal to 100, not equal to 250. $250. This is where I should have used the surface variable like I did here, so I could quickly change all these numbers. But I'm going to do that. If I go Control F and then I look for 250 and replace that with surface. And now I want to look for 100, which is what we were using last time. I guess that's fine. I'll just go ahead and change that now. Why not? This one I want to skip. And that's it. I'm not gonna do this. Let's just do 300. It doesn't matter if it's further below the screen. As long as his head's not sticking up, I'm just gonna get ahead of that one. Because I know that'll probably be a problem. Alright, so we got this surface now. I can throw that in here. And now I can adjust that. It'll probably go up to like 270 or something. But now if I change it, it'll change everywhere in the code that it matters. And I can change my surface if I have to do that in the future, which I highly doubt I will. But it's an option. This octopus are pretty big, so I think I do want to do a 1-in-1 for this one. What the hell? No. Go back. I hate that. That little box is... I find it more annoying than useful. I don't know. Sometimes it's useful, completing stuff. But oftentimes, once I've completed what I wanted, I don't want to click on it. And it stops me from using the arrow keys too. Just feel like it should only work if you tab and enter. I would be happy if I could set it up like that. Like if I don't tab enter, then I don't want to use that box. Okay, so this is all good. The only thing it's missing is changing the facing of them, which I might not even do. I could just do it like I did the jellyfish and have them have a random facing. I was thinking that he'll face in the direction he's moving because he moves in like that kind of zigzag pattern. I don't know, does he really have a front? He just faces forward. Might be fine. Yeah. He doesn't really have to face one way or the other. I think I'm gonna do this. Well, actually, I removed this from all the code, but I should have just kept it in, I think. It's actually fine to do it that way. There we go. It'll just be a random direction, random scale. And I don't really have to change anything else. I might want to change the way it animates. I think I will want to do that. Because I think I only want it to animate and do the like push when it goes up. Like, it'll look weird if it does the squish thing and it's not moving. And then it moves when it's like raising its tentacles. I think I need to like have it timed. Honestly, I don't even have to like do anything. I just have to have the timing be the same as his movement. The other thing is what happens when he hits the surface, because I think he'll just keep animating the way it is now. I want to test it as it is now though, I think. Where do these guys go? They go in a place that has room height of 1,000. Or, no, it'll work anywhere as long as there's room height, so... Yeah, I think these guys will work just fine in the shallows. Throw them in here. Yeah, there might be a way to set it up to where that box only works with tabbing into. This is the box I'm talking about. This thing. Because if I want to move up and down, I can't while this is open, see? And then if I like click on it on accident, it'll select something. If I press enter, like I want to go to the next one, it'll just like select that, which I don't know how you can get around the enter thing, because that's what you'll use for autocomplete. So I guess I can't complain about that, but I definitely don't like losing the arrow keys and accidentally clicking it with the mouse. I don't know. Alright, let's test that. It's weird, but it seems like anytime I open the text, like if I even open a sprite, it causes the texture thing to reload. It used to be if you just made any changes, it would reload it. But like I opened the octopus there, but I didn't change anything. Weird that it's reloading textures again. Alright, yeah, let's go in and look at these octopus. He's in here, he's gonna be really low though, right? Like, oh, there he is. Oh, it's not too bad. And yeah, I think that orange looks very red to me. I'm gonna change that color, I think. Okay, he's way too high this time. Unlike the jellyfish, who was too low, he's way up there. I'm not sure what I want to change, to be honest. I definitely want him to be lower on the surface. I'll lower that back down. I want him to stop animating. I just don't know what frame to stop on when he gets up there. I kind of like him constantly moving, I think. I didn't think I would, but it's kind of okay to have him constantly be moving, doesn't it? I don't know. The alternative is when he stops, he like goes to the end of his animation and then image speed turns on, plays one frame of animation and then turns it back off again. I think I'm gonna try that and see. Alright, so let's try this like image speed thing. I think it might look nice. And I don't think it's too hard to set up either. So if I go to other animation end, and I just want to say image speed equals 0. And then in the step event, I want when he starts moving is when he animates. And the rest of the time he doesn't animate. So up there. So yeah, I just need to find the time he actually moves is when he should animate. So Anything that has a y plus minus equals speed is the time he's moving. Oh, he's got a little drag or something. That's right, he comes to like a slow stop. Is that the best place to do it though? Like in here? Image speed equals 1? I think it's when active would work too. Where's active get turned on at? Active gets false here. Where does active get turned on? Oh, here we go. Active equals true. So when timer is above 75 and not active, active set to true. Oh, this is the place to do it, I think. Just do image speed equals 1. And then it'll turn off when the animation ends. I think the active will turn off before the animation ends. Good. If he dies, active gets turned off. I think if he reaches the surface, active gets turned off. Let's just test that. As it is, it might just work. Yeah. I don't know if it's better. Maybe it's just not a good frame to stick on. It's like an active looking frame. I think I need the next frame down from that to be the one that it ends on for this to look good. Alright, this seems like a better frame to stop on. Man, am I missing a frame here? Because it kind of looks like I'm missing a frame here. I don't feel like I would do a 5-frame animation. Maybe I did. Seems kind of weird. But maybe I did. I'll double check that. I might have forgot to import it. Right. There's only 5 frames of animation. Okay, well let's try this. See if that'll look better. Did they flash when they came in? Is that in my head? I mean, that might look good if you move to the right area at the top. Also, one thing, his origin point is not at a good spot. I want it to be at where the center of the explosion would be. I'm going to change his origin point. I don't know. I kind of feel like he was better when he animated constantly. Yeah, I really just feel like he was... like this was unnecessary. And I want to know, do I want to stay at this frame when he hits the surface or this one? This kind of looks like more of a surfacey one. I just feel like you see too much, like his arms being lifted up is kind of weird if he's not going to immediately push him back down. You could also do like this one at the top. Maybe this one's best. I think this is the better order. Right, this origin point, I don't like it. Put it here, in the middle of his head. And his hitbox is this giant oh yeah, I haven't even... did I not set up hitboxes for creatures? Did I just forget about that? What's up with this? I guess I just figured they'd be fine as being really big, but that makes it more likely that they'll hit you at a weird spot. Right? Like this is way above. But then again, the player's hitbox is so small. Kind of makes up the difference. Okay, for this octopus... I don't know, it's weird being able to shoot him underneath too. Right, if you're shooting like down here, you're still hitting him, right? Which makes sense in this frame. But like, he's not in this frame nearly as much as he'll be in this frame, so I'm gonna do it based off of this frame. And I think I'm gonna look at all their collision mass now and just pick something that makes a little more sense than what is automatically generated. Yeah, it just seems like too much. Let's see. I mean, this guy had 2 different collision mass. Not good. I like this one though. That one's at a good spot. Let's just set this to be the same. This guy's collision mask is really important. I think I did set this one up. So it's weird that it's in this hole. It's too tall. He can't be shot at while he's idle, I don't think. Actually, he probably can. And it'll be a small collision mass. Yeah, I'll give this one a different one. So let's do... That goes to there. And now this... Annual... 50... That's right. No. We did this. This one should be just about right. Yeah, that's fine. Could also do some precise collision. They're supposed to like slow down the game, but I've never really noticed that. Also do a diamond. Huh. That's slow. These are new. Let's do precise. At least for the shark, because there's all this extra out here. But I do wonder why the box is still around it. Is that just showing where it is? I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, too big. Alright, that should be better. Gonna open my objects up again. Right, so that's a better hitbox. That's right, I was adjusting the origin point before all that. So, 250 is no good. The bigger this number, the lower they are. So yeah, maybe we try 270. Oh, that's right. So the jellyfish I had to bring down. Same with this. Maybe it is 265. Explosion's at a much better place now. That's too low. So half of that. Man, that's pretty close. I feel like if anything it goes up just like 3 pixels, maybe 5. Well, it could stay there. Up would be down in this case, so 55. That looks good. Alright, let's change that flash to be less red. So I think to be less red I want to add a little more of this. Or subtract some red, but if I subtract some red, it's going to make it darker. I don't really think I want it to be darker, and maybe I do. Yeah, it looks orange now. A lot more orange. Honestly, that flash on the jellyfish right before it dies does make it look better. Like it just went supernova and died. Alright, I'm good with all that. Okay. So yeah, I think the octopus is good there then. What's next? Salmon. These guys are flying. Probably fix that. So most of this is done. Honestly, I think it's all good. It's just I gotta make sure they have a surface as well. So should I just go? Let's go 250. These guys make sense that they're a little bit below the water compared to the other things. I think that's the only thing. They don't go up or down. There's no reason making a variable. Alright, let's test that. I mean, there's not much to test here, just make sure they're not going too high, but I do want to shoot at them, I guess. Looks good. Flash is right. Ooh. I'm gonna end up slowing everything down, I think. Oh yeah, I was gonna test to see if they're showing up on the bottom. I don't see them now. The jellyfish, I mean. This isn't a jellyfish stage, I don't think. If it is, then that means it's working. Not a jellyfish stage. There we go. Alright, I don't see any jellyfish heads down there. Thinking if I get them to move a little bit, I can probably get them to show up with their head peeking out. I'll just have to keep an eye on it. If I ever see a jellyfish head on the bottom, I know to adjust it. Or I could just... No, I don't know. To fix it, it's not that they're not starting low enough, because that wouldn't be the problem. The problem is that they don't come up when their head's poking up. So that would be something like if y is less than or equal to surface, y equals surface, yeah. Oh, here we go. If player's y is less than room height minus 200, theta equals move. Oh, okay, no. So that means they come in. Oh yeah, surface here wasn't even necessary. So they come in. Oh, that's probably why this works now, because it used to be 100. Now it's like 250 or 270. And they stay there until the player is not at this area, and then they start to move and nothing's going to turn it off. So I don't think that's a problem at all. Looking at it. Alright, so I think that's all good. Let's close these manually. Alright, octopus oil this, shark. Oh yeah, these guys don't even have this. I don't think this will be much different than the salmon. This change. Sprites, creature, shark. The scales might be different though. I think I'm gonna even do this now. They can have a much more varying size. Alright, so things that need to change is this is scale times direction. Any more image X scales in here? I don't see any. So nothing else changes here? I guess not. There's definitely something I want to do different with the death animation, but let's do this first. Copy. Paste. Alright, the part I want to change is the way the shark explodes. I'm thinking the shark's got multiple explosions. I'm thinking 3 of them. And then 2 of them are like half size. Divided by 2. Maybe divided by 3 on this one. And then they're at different places. So where is X and Y on this guy? So that's the first explosion. I think the second explosion should be at like the eye. And the next one should be at like the tail. This is middle center, so that makes it easy. 136.48. I've already forgotten it. This is why I'm writing it down. 136 by 48. Okay. So this point is 245 minus 136 equals 109. And then, was it 45? 48. So 52 and 48 is 4. Okay, and the next one. This is if you want to find out where a point is on a thing, this is an easy way to do it, is use this origin. And then you just subtract or add from your origin point your normal one, and that'll tell you where the where it's supposed to go. So that's how I'm doing this. Alright, new one. So this is 136 minus 37 equals 99. And then 59 is 48 to 59, 11. Right. Now let's plug all that in. Make sure I set this back. All right. So, first one is 109 and 4. This is plus 109, and it was it's minus, right? Because it was lower, I think. Yes, that point is lower. So minus 9. Or 4. Minus 4. So next one is minus 99 and 11. And I did that in the wrong spot. Minus 99 minus 11 plus 109 is 4, 0 and 0. Okay. This will make a couple explosions, but this one I want to change these two. So this one's the 3, this one's the 2. Alright, I'm hoping that'll look good, and it'll be interesting as a different way of killing something. Gallows is down here. Shark. I think sharks start way lower. I can change that here, just for testing. Room width, it's 100 to that. Oh, 100's bad. That's right. This guy can go above the surface. I should make sure that doesn't happen. Oh no, this is room width. Room width plus that. I'm interested in room height. This is why. Room height. 250. So that's right. Can these guys go? They can follow the player, I know. But they can't go any higher than the player can, so there's nothing else to change here. Alright, that should be good. Let's test that. I just want to make sure they don't spawn above the surface. And thing is, they're based on room height. Yeah, they can go in any area. The only change I could think of here is I might want to delay the other explosion, so it's like boom, boom, boom. But we'll see. That might be annoying to do. Oh, okay. There's a problem. Explosions work. Yeah, I think I want boom, boom, boom. Let's make them face the correct way. That's really just going negative direction. I should fix that. Because that's the only place with image X scale. Right, so if I want to do boom, 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 what's the best way to do that? I could use like parent ID and go into it. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Where's the enemy explosion at? No, that's no good. I'd have to change it for all of them. I need something I can put into the enemy explosion so that I know to delay it by a couple frames before it goes off. Honestly, I'm tempted to just make 2 more explosions or another explosion that has a delayed timer on it. Instead of trying to make this one do what I want to do, because this one's already in all kinds of code. Let's just make another one. It'll be fine. But how do we delay this? Everything here is going to be the exact same. The only difference is this thing starts with no sprite. And then it's got an alarm. 0. It is sprite index equals, where are we at? S. It's not called, oh yeah it is, okay. Let me use parent ID for this. Is 1 second too long? Probably. Let's do 30. And 60. Half a second and a second. That might be too long. We'll see. Yeah, that should work. So, has no sprite. But once this alarm goes off, which I set here, then that'll give it a sprite and it should start animating. When the animation ends, it destroys itself. Same thing. And if it has no sprite, it's not going to have any collision mask, so it shouldn't affect the surface until it's created. I think that'll work. It would work if I changed it here. Well, I'm gonna just do this. So it was just explosion delayed. I can use this for like other delayed explosions too, though the only thing that would be probably be the alien. Also, semicolons. Man, if none of my explosions had this on it. Semicolons, I don't know how much the semicolons actually matter. Because I think the code will work just fine without them. But I know it's good practice to use them, and I try and use them as much as possible. But I honestly don't know what kind of problems it can cause, because I've never really seen the problems it cause. Probably because I use them most of the time. So it's something that I might not even have to do, but I'm going to do anyway, because that's what all the fancy people do. Alright, yeah, we got to retest it. Woo! Okay, what happened? By the way, I got an error. So, trying to draw a non-existent sprite. Oh, okay. This, that is one of the unfortunate side effects of this. That is a problem. I'm telling it to draw something that doesn't exist, basically. Well, it's an easy fix, I think. Yeah, all I gotta do is like, if sprite index does not equal no one, then you draw sprite. I think that'll fix it. Because I can't turn it off because I'm using clip X and clip Y. I think this is the solution. Nope, that was not the solution. Line 6. Yeah, it's this one. I mean, I could turn this around and say, because it's only ever going to equal one thing, if sprite index equals S enemy explosion, and draw the sprite. See if that fixes it. I'll probably have to kill it in time. Yep, but it did not draw any of them. I realized this would be such a problem. I mean, there's another way around this, and is that I draw the sprite that is technically just an empty box. But that shouldn't be necessary. Honestly, I thought either one of those two solutions should work. And I'm miffed that they don't work. Now what? I don't know, I'm tempted to make it like... It's only for half a second and a second, so it can really be any sprite. Maybe I should just make a blank object sprite. I'm just curious, would that work? It would probably work. Alright, let's just try that real quick. Effects. I mean, it can't hurt to try, right? Here we go. Blank sprite. Middle center. 0 frames per second. 64 by 64 is a bit much for a blank sprite. 1 by 1. Oh. Let's see if that works. I've never done this before. But seeing as the other two didn't work, just curious if this will. It doesn't have an animation, so it shouldn't prop the animation end, and this is not the right one. There we go. I'm gonna finish this one in the Stingray and call it quits there, and that's actually quite a lot of progress. Oh, we still haven't done the eel. I skipped right over him, didn't I? Yeah. I'll do the eel tomorrow. Eel's a little more complicated. Though, I might have done the eel. He's already got a sprite on. No, these are sprites. That's why. I haven't done the eel. I don't think I've done the code for him. No, I didn't. That's why I've skipped him. Alright, let's see if this works. Oh yeah, it totally worked. The delay is way too much. Boom, boom. Yeah, no, way too much delay. But it did work. That's cool. Apparently you can just make a blank 1 pixel sprite, and that'll get around that problem. It's probably not the best solution, but it's a solution. I'm cool with that, whatever. And 20? I do want these to go off like boom, 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 right? So it should be pretty quick. And now I'm thinking they're actually just too spread out, right? They don't even look like they came from the same thing. So I guess that's the point, is to kind of like show the whole thing's exploding. I just feel like I need explosions in between now, right, to connect all of them. The big ones look better. Maybe I just make all the explosions bigger and then they'll connect. Let's try that. So this times 1.5. And instead of divided by 2 and 3 here, I do like divided by, or just do a normal one here. And divided by 2. So 2 is a pretty big jump. Let's do 1.5. Alright, so it's either 50% bigger, 50% smaller, or normal size. Well, that's no good. Crap. I like the way he dies, it makes me laugh. That's a good thing. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it looked better. It's probably too big now. Though I do like the overlap. Get one up here on the surface. Oh, that's working fine. I like where he goes on the surface, that looks good. Once I get splashing effects, it'll probably look even cooler. I think I'm okay with this, actually. Turtles still fly. Did I skip over turtle? I think I did. I don't know. Might be a little big, but we'll just keep it like that for now. I think it's okay. Alright, close that, close that. Oh no, turtle. Oh, okay, I see. I was looking at these, but actually, turtles underneath stingray. Alright, I'll do them both. It'll be like 3 a.m. before I stop here. Alright, what needs to change with Stingray? I think he's all good. He definitely goes too high, so that's got to change. They're 250. And they just go left to right? Oh, they go up and down too, that's right. So there's more to change here. Image X scale should be based off of... Did I never set this up? I don't think I did. Alright. And this. Okay, let's go scale now. Put another Image X scale in here. Alright, so this is X, room width. Looking for anything that is why. I know at some point he moves up and there's something to stop him from going too high. I just gotta find it. It might be this right here. Yeah, this and this, I think. So if it's greater than 200, or greater than 100, I think this is 250. This might not be. Greater being below. Okay, yeah, 250. I'll make sure I'm doing that right. This one's 250. I think this is a good example of something that needed a surface one. This will be the same thing, so that I could adjust all these better, but I can just press Control left and look for the number 250. Got our explosion here. Alright, let's test that. Still a lot of work to be done. Not done with enemies yet. I gotta do the rest of the players' upgrades. I gotta do all the background fish. Background like seagull and stuff, so yeah, like background animals. What else is there? Oh, all the alien stuff. That's gonna be like the whole thing. And then the rest of the stages, which I want to figure out dynamic lighting for that, so that'll be a whole thing. I'm getting there. It'll be maybe like another week or two and I get all this done. And move into something else. Alright, let's test this. Oh, he's going too high. 250 is no good. I think his origin point might be a little weird. I don't know if it's in the middle of his body or if it's in like the middle of his sprite, but it should be in his body. If not, I'll take a look at that, and I'm gonna lower this. And just because I should do it, I'm going to make a surface variable equal. So 250 wasn't good, it needs to be lower, means 260. Now we want to do Control F, 250 to surface. Alright, so that one's correct. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that's it. Oh yeah, I wanted to check rights. Alright, so middle of him is his origin. The crab is not even really in the middle, is it? Alright, let's fix that. So 35, but I want this to be at 50 and 35. Because explosions come out of the middle. Make sure all these are at the middle. I don't know how I'm going to do explosions for this guy. Figure that out tomorrow. Jellyfish, that should be basically in the middle. I wonder if I should put this in his head as the place that it explodes. Makes sense. Oh yeah, changing the origin point is gonna make his head be under. I'm gonna have to change his surface value too. But I am gonna do it because I want him to explode from here. So I gotta look at the jellyfish and probably the octopus I've already done, so it's just the jellyfish. I guess this one's fine. It's not too bad. This one I know is good. Stingray, yeah, that's no. Yeah, should have done that earlier. So I'll have to look at the jellyfish. I know will be different. Everything else is basically the same. It matters. Anglerfish don't ever really make it up to the surface. There you go. Oh, you can't go over that. It's my cord. Oh yeah. The butt scritches. Here you go. Alright, that's a much better place to be. I'm happy with that. I think I can still shoot at him if he's up there too. Yep, good with that. Let's see some jellyfish. I just gotta spawn them. Just gotta spawn them. Any second now. Wow, been really unlucky. There's some. Okay, they gotta go up. So, yeah, that adjustment I made was because their origin wasn't in the right spot, it turns out. Alright, jellyfish, open. That's the sprite of the jellyfish. This one. Luckily, to change this, I've already got it set up. Let's go to 50. It seemed like it has to go pretty high. Alright, and if I go to shallow spawner. Jelly. And test. We're getting there. That looks pretty bright. Maybe even better than before. Yeah, I like that. That's fine. The important part is you can shoot them while you're at the top of the surface. Ooh, that was close. So that you don't go up there and you're shooting over their head or below them. But that works. Alright, we're almost there. Let's close all. Open this one again and the turtle. Turtle shouldn't be hard to fix. He just needs to not spawn super high. I think everything else will be right. Ah, except for shooting it, that's right. Oh man, I didn't even set up. Alright, the turtle has a lot of work to do. That's right, I never went through all of the turtle stuff. You know what? Fuck it. We'll come back to turtle tomorrow. I've been doing this for too long. 3.5 hours. Yeah, I'll do the turtle tomorrow. The turtle, that's right. There's a ton of stuff to do on him because I need to make him change his sprites. That's right. I remember why I stopped doing the turtle. This was the guy that I needed some code for, which I did get. I'll at least show that. think it's in here. Right. Where is this? Here we go. So this is how this script works. Just throw it here to look at real quick. So, what you're doing here is creating a new variable. You're getting sprite name get. We're getting our... Okay, this needs to change, I think. No, this might work. It's getting what our current sprite index is called. So if I did whatever this turtle is, and then it's going to take whatever this name is, and it's going to add this to the end of it, and then it's going to get the new index, the thing that we just created, and if this does not equal no one, then it's going to set our sprite index to this. So basically, as long as I name my sprites correctly, I can make whatever I want this to be, and I can just like subtract one from this number, and I can move through the different like types of sprites and get the right one for the job. Seeing as this guy's got like 10 different states he could be in or something. Which was necessary because his flipper goes in front of those little meteorites on his back. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this, but I'll get it figured out tomorrow. Save this, come here, and later.